Alright. Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. Oh, shit. Was it out here in the open all along? No, it was just discovered in the tall grass back there. We moved it out here so in order to examine it more thoroughly. Then let's get down to it. I won't rest until I'm suspected of a suspicious looking nooking cranny. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is this. What do we have here? Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? Oh, hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too. Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two... I'm guessing it's Wolf Boy. Hold it right there. Yep. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? Ugh. A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren? Lauren? Hey, isn't a name that's engraved on this? It's a name engraved on that. It's her Pomp's pendant data, okay. Lauren, well, that's her. Hi. Haha. We have you now, Miss Kidnapper. No, you. Hey. What was it I give? Lolly, I can't believe you were one of the kidnappers. Lance. You're kidding. Mr. Pops was one of the kidnappers? Yes. It was me. I had Lance hostage. So Mr. Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I don't recall this case solved or either, are they? I don't know, fuck that. Hey guys, case closed. Get the car ready. I mean, the special one is this young lady. Again, Mr. Prosecutor? What is it this time? Are you proposing that Mr. Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Our country's police are a sham. Just look at how careless they are. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, shit, used my words against me. Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? She's gonna say yes or some shit. Yes, I killed him. Nope, nah, she didn't kill him. I'm suspecting the main kidnap. I'm suspecting Lance, bro. Thanks for the confession. Agent Lang, isn't much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. We've got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops? Yes? I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder. But why? I am a kidnapper and the killer. Isn't that enough? It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Oh shit. Alright. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? I have a change of heart. I think I'll enjoy seeing you suck away us as a losing mud. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear out all the evil deeds you committed today. Alright, Miss Pop's confession. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Teakin. We knew that we could get rich by holding us hostage. Mr. Romano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. There, are you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is that what you said really the truth? Yes, it is. If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a bit too improbable to her confession. Yeah, I didn't see shit with that confession, bro. Alright, let's analyze. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. Oh yeah, it's definitely Lance who was the fucking culprit all along, wasn't it? Alright. How well did you know the victim? I've spoken to him only a few times at Lance's house. A few times? Isn't that it? Yes. If they only met a few times, I don't see how they could have trusted each other. But if you hardly ever talked to then, how could he trust you not to steal his plan? That's completely irrelevant. That's completely irrelevant. He was planning to betray her from the very beginning, which is why he chose someone he can't especially close to. Isn't that right, Shina? I feel like she should get the robot voice. Yes, however, Mr. Deacon made a very poor choice. In the end, he was killed by the one he intended to betray himself. Huh, I bet he didn't see that one coming. You know, how did you know something like that? Huh? Oh no, what should I do? Okay, what's wrong with her now? Come on, isn't it obvious? You're making your scary face again, that's why. Why don't you try asking her in a nicer, more gentle way? No, stop it, Lauren. You're always like this. You always fall for the stern-looking one. That's why you'll always be unhappy. Or maybe that's it. She's been bewitched by your icy glare. Mind your own business, Kay. Now then, Miss Pops, let's continue with your testimony. Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Romano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Would you mind telling us a little about the plan itself? Well, first we captured Lance. Oh, how did you do that? Well, Mr. Deacon did that on his own, so I don't quite know. And here I thought you knew how to steal people's away. I shudder to think that what she could have done with such knowledge. Sorry, I really don't know, but somehow Mr. Deacon was able to contain him. All we had to do after that was wait for the ransom to be paid, but Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. Why do you think he did? I have no idea, but maybe he had planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pomps. Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pomps from the very beginning. Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? I'm sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely. Huh? I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you. Oh, why? We were total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money. Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? What's his real name? What do you mean? You never know that your role in the kidnapping was not to do, you know, who you really are. But I do, and I can show you this piece of evidence. This proves that Mr. Deacon wouldn't have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. Miss Pops, you don't know, don't you? But this piece of evidence will tell you exactly who you really are. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you sure the one who doesn't know anything isn't you? Ugh! I guess this wasn't it. Alright, I should calm down and listen to Miss Pops' testimony once more. Take good luck. It's my organizer. Ha! These kidnappers also weep when they get stabbed in the back. Even you betray the one you claim to love the most. No, you don't understand. What's there to understand? What's wrong, Kay? I can't believe she was betrayed. I kinda feel sorry for her. I feel a little sorry for her too. However, I also wish she would tell us the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a little bit too improbable in her confession. But I'll give it another careful listen and see. What's wrong, Kay? Okay. Why did you believe that? Anyone who knows Mr. Amano would think the same. I bet Lance is that old man's greatest treasure. I suppose he would be the doting father like Mr. Amano. I always figured that was it too, and I always envious of Lance for it. Oh, because your dad's. I got to spend from my father. I believe as long as this I'll find my father again someday. I welcome him into his arms waiting in the Bank of Pegasus. That pendant, Some truly believe it to be the wings of Pegasus. Wait. Wait a fucking second. Those wings. They fit to this, don't they? Give me a second. Where is it? Yeah, these wings, they fit. Alright. Right, I think we found the evidence. Alright.
Why are you showing this to me?
So what about the pendant? This pair of wings along with this pair of evidence shows you who you really are. These two pens resemble each other, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, you're right. They're the same color, and they're even made of the same material.
I believe that these two pens are actually one. Shall we give it a try?
Wow, it's totally Pegasus. But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's?
You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be.
No, well, that can't be.
So, the two make a set, huh? It's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything. Actually, it does. Her name is just spelled out to be... yeah. You lack imagination, Agent Lang? Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. There's a piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant. Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Devoray, the name that is etched on the horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And that makes sense given that it is written in Miss Devoray's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. The specific section is what reveals the true meaning behind those pendants. Soul Daughter. Mr. Devoray had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops.
That's a lie. That person was not my father.
He can't come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even, not much a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot. Ha 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 ha. And what is so funny, Agent Lang? You are good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. Is that so? Then let's hear it. Oh, shit. Another possibility. I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Mano. The two of them made good use of their meetings to plan their little kidnapping. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of their true relationship, right?
You mean they're knowingly committed to kidnapping his father and daughter?
That's right. And one really rotten family. It's one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? I had better take a long, hard look at the evidence. Alright. Now granted the chance that they're father and daughter, but isn't it possible they both knew the fact? Isn't it possible they both knew? They both knew. Both knew. Alright, I don't got anything. You think I knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, there's no coincidence that the red pair became involved in the house of Anna. One as a butler and one as the friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. And two of them made good use of their meetings to plan their little kidnapping. You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one could ever suspect that they were in fact family. Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well. And you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well. I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence to counter him, we're stuck in a draw. Agent Lang is wrong. His scenario is certainly a probable one.
You'd better hurry up and do something or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad.
I know, but first things first, is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Didn't the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? You think I knew? Yeah. I don't think only the victim, but okay, we already heard this. It's impossible they already knew the facts. Goddamn. You bring a whole fucking scroll, bro. Shit. Precisely. No father would even kill his own daughter. I've seen a lot of things in my travels, and I can tell you that being related by blood is something's proof of nothing. And it has something to do with this. Talking regarding his cave, we thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, yes, he has yet to show up. I know it has to do with that. Bro, fucking hell. You really just fucking whoop our ass for fucking... It was no coincidence that the united pair became involved in the House of Mano. One is a butler and one is a friend of the sun, you say? That's not it. Kidnapping. Thank God he's gonna fucking do this again. I think rationally. I don't know. Alright. I don't know. Alright, let's rehear this. I know the two, but isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? Do I have something that disproves that? They didn't know. Shit. Isn't it possible they both knew the fact? Yeah, I really don't know. Oh, shit. No, I'm going to think this through. Max, Max, Max. Why would... Uh... Yeah, I'm fucked. Well, yo, was I muted the whole time? I don't know. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were three kidnappers. Three! Four costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other three, we can assume they were being worn by three different people. Also, we found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group, and I believe this third person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who's this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Lights a mano! Yes, this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their face, but two. One was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is a direct contradiction to what he said. But, I know I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Ah, yes. About when they were being held, I have my doubts that happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much more anymore, but how honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? That's right, Lance, you little bitch. I know you're the main guy. Okay. To the underground passageway, I presume. I forgot I didn't read any of his lines. Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't really want to call it horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. Ah, how could you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are there discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let me see if he opens up when I push a little. Alright. Can you tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail? It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm. And where were you when you experienced this calm? Our family garden, of course. Where else could I have been? Ugh, excuse me for asking. This child is more princess than prince. I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blood. But then, in the blue, someone from behind clamps over my head, over my mouth. You didn't see your attacker. They must have used some drug to knock me out, because before I knew it, I was off to La La Land again. When I woke up, it was in the kidnapper's hideout, already all tied up. They had me shut in that room blindfolded the entire time. That room blindfolded. By that room, you mean the room the kidnappers hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I was there. Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. It was definitely two people, and one of them were definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell that they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. I'm kidnappers suddenly disarrayed around. I heard the rain falling outside. The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I had been left behind like a unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt? What a pointless question. It's not like he's being to tell you anything about you know. It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside, but it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. My hands were cuffed, but it was a Then, those cuffs on your wrists, I suppose they are still cuffed in your case. I am well aware of how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I'll forever be a prisoner. The fuck? I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as... But didn't you say you were blindfolded? How could you manage to escape? The door sitting outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground password to make my escape. I remember our escape to be really hard. It's a real piece of testimony. I must have let go and examined. Objection. Objection, Lance. Pathetic scum. You said that the door leading out was locked, but was it really? We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open, right, Shina? Yes, that's correct. Then take a look at this. What is that? A sword? It's not a special or valuable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. From the end, my conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply being held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cut together, you could still use them. And that's the case, then you just simply remove the sword and escape. Well, why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I could accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not in fact possess the key to the door. This is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison for your very own. You've been making this guy out of one of the kidnappers for some time now. I never really forgot something very important along the way. And what would that be? A motive? What else? Do you honestly think that an upright, pure boy like him could hatch up a completely pointless scheme such for kidnapping himself? Huh. Pathetic. Of course I have proof. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. To put it simply, Lance was a very urgent need for real money. This is not your typical love letter, is it? In fact, a collection bill. It appears that our upsetting boy has become quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Ugh.
Looks like you're being the son of a rich man, too. It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your own old man, huh?
Alright, I give up. I abducted myself.
Lance!
It's over, Lolly. This life, we really are bound to one face after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town somewhere where no one else could know us. The fuck, man, I wanted us to be well off. That 1 million yet. But now, that dream is over. Fuck off, Lance.
Oh, Lance!
Done. You giving yourself up? Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. That is so out of context, man. This Lolly in Japan means. Lance, you fucking pedophile. Damn you. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money, that's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he suddenly attacked me. He attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as slowly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Well, I left first in the blue badger costume. Then me, the person after meeting saw was Miss Pops. But right then the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me right from behind. Then Oliver put on a badger costume. Took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Molly right away and he warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly.
I still don't believe it. That person was not my father, because if he was, it's because my own father.
Shit. No, then, it really was you. No, Lolly, fuck no.
That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with 1 million in it. The badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumpled to the ground and I ran, scared for my life.
I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you? Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So
Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without knowing who he really was?
if that's what she says is true.
What are you saying? She's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
You could be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession. One more. That's what we'll see. Objection. Yep. That's not it. It's over, sir. Think you pulled out the right piece of evidence. Hahaha. What about subordinate? They're so willing to point out their boss's mistake. Ugh! That gumshoe move right from excessive talking. I'll trust her. That wasn't it. He shot Mr. Deacon.
As Pops. Yes, I shot him.
That, as they say, is that. You're just lying. Miss Pumps is far from done. She has even finished her testimony yet. You're going to continue questioning her? What a waste of time. Mr. Pop, if you please.
Alright.
Shit, I skipped it again. Alright. You think of immediately following the gunshot.
Yes.
And you didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after he was shot.
I was scared. I don't blame you. I've done exactly the same thing. Poor Miss Pops. What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth?
She seems to be telling the truth regarding what happened at the stadium. However, I don't believe it to be absolutely correct. Listen very careful to her confession one more time and you'll see. Please calm down and let's slowly talk through this.
But
All you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. You can do that for me.
alright. So, at the stadium.
That was the ransom money, wasn't it?
Yes, that's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon's almost immediately. All thanks to what Lance told me.
And what did he tell you?
Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me that Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and he ran off with the ransom money, and about how he had a gun.
We were able to clearly see the gun.
Yes, very good luck. Father, why would you try to shoot me?
Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
Do you think a real father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it.
Miss Pops, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then please allow me to please hear that last statement one more. Yes.
Yes, of course. But that badger pun's gonna...
Alright. Yeah, that's what we needed. I just always... Yep. My boy is right-handed. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed.
Then,
The person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you really need to take a refresher course. Bad Badger has a mild gun attached to his right arm. Which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun was his left hand. It's an impossibility if it went down like that. Agent Lang, were you not paying attention to what Miss Plumps was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in this court to catch up. Enough with the smugness. I've read it already. Miss Plumps told us earlier.
there was a bad badger pulling a suitcase with the 1 million in it.
According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops?
Yes, exactly. I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face.
But it's the case, even I can't see it's used. It's a used contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both his hands full. Thus, though these two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. What you saw was not the Bad Badger. Think back and recall which character was it that leveled a gun at you.
But it was wearing a pair of sunglasses and it had a strange blue beard. Sums up the Bad Badger pretty well, I'd say.
Too bad for you, but it looks like the Bad Badger wasn't mistaken here. Ugh! Holding a gun in his right hand as he pulls the suitcase with the same hand. As for a right hand person to do both simultaneously. Your deduction is full of one too many conjectures, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Ugh! It's really difficult if it's not possible. So they're both correct. They're both correct. Possible. That just leaves us with a responsible contradiction. Miss Prompt's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if the Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants in his lower half? This proves that there was a way for the Bad Badger to freely use both his hands. It's left. And it's right. Okay. Oh yeah, he was just wearing the face. The costumes have two parts to them, a head and a body.
Oh, I get it now.
The head Miss Pop saw was probably really the head of the Bad Badger. However, it is not possible for the body that the entirely different badger. Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe that it is the lower half of this badger. Nah, wait, no. Okay. So. What the heck is it? It's the Proto Badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Potts was wearing the Blue Badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. The Pink Badger is on the wrong color, which could have been incredibly obvious. Then the left is the Proto Badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the Proto Badger costume? It would be Lance. Are you saying that I think you are? At Lance and man, I thought the Bad Badger's head and pretend to be Mr. Deacon. On top of which he plotted to shoot Miss Palms while wearing that hideous thing. The stage was all set up and the stadium was nothing more than that setup. And its purpose was to lead Miss Palms to believing she had committed a murder. Standing there in front of Mr. Potts, pretending to be the victim. It was all done to get you to pull the trigger. Huh, I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have to do all that, huh? Then, but one reason. There's but one reason, Mr. Amaro. You were the real culprit in the murder of Miss Oliver Deacon.
What? No! That's slander. Take it back. You take it back right now.
Yes, out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? Left-handed. That doesn't do anything with anything. It's a confidence props. Mamaya pa nga. Tapusin ko lang to. Oh, tiger, I'm like, ha? Kaya ma. Knows that what hand that doesn't prove a thing. Besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Printer Badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right? Of course, logically, if he had been shot, he probably would have been here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. That's how Lance made sure that he won't be hit by a bullet. We found one half of the bad badger costume that hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the bad badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? What? Miss Pops, where's the gun you used now?
I threw it away into the sea.
That makes it a bit tough to verify that it was. Although, I believe that we can safely assume that it was convention, the model gun in question. I've heard it enough. All you've been studying so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is
Kuya, nagbayad
I
ka?
can't believe I'm right.
Asan ang resibo?
Ay, bayad?
Oo.
Saan?
Sa school.
Alright. No,
Buti binigyan ka ng
to say
ano.
that the probability that I am right is very high. Yeah, let's pretend that you're right. The murder of the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, what do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Huh. They were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame.
Please wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance.
She saw the victim instead of being restrained. Let's pop some.
I came back to the hideout long after the other two. But that time Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. I was there of Mr. Deacon being the one next door. After that, the two of us put on a caution and made our escape.
Well, that would be me, bro. So, Mr. Deacon must have escaped after two of you left, right?
We thought that'd attract too much attention, so we left together. If we left together, so I left first. We planned to meet up again at the stage of the stadium. But then, as I was looking for a park, I got a cell phone call from Lance and my cell phone.
Oliver Master escaped. Looked like he was waiting till I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at that time. Then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard our plan to meet up on the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Mr. Top saw the victim with her own eyes, which means that the victim was still alive at the time. Would you agree? But that sounds wrong to me. There'd be something amiss to this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail. Right. What you saw was probably me. When exactly you arrived back to the hideout? It was after we had picked up the ransom money. And where were you up until the time you returned? I was getting the park out and make preparations for our escape. I walked around to various areas looking for the best friend. So each of them had their own roles to play. After I was done, I went back to the hideout. That 10 minutes had already subdued and we were soon Mr. D. What did Lance look at that time? Yeah, he looked shocked. He also looked a little down when I saw that sadness in his eyes. Thank you, that's enough for now. And what of Mr. Deacon? What was the situation like? Can't tell him Mr. ago with the people next door. Yeah, that's definitely me. Are you sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw? Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. Did you go into the other room to check? Lance said that it was best if I don't go close to him. Lance, she can't see. Then are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? I did please slip in the door and separate the two rooms. Yeah, the bad badger's head down, so I'm absolutely sure it had to be Mr. Deacon. Bro, it was me. You saw a bad badger head. That can't be it. Objection. That shit was me, bro. Man, how could you be so dumb? You didn't see my cool suit over the fucking face? Mr. Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? The person you actually saw in this was this person. Miles Edgeworth. It was me. Huh, Dio.
The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me, even after I had handed over that ransom? It's not as though I saw the place of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at that time. Or once. Am I right? Ano ma?
Hindi mo tinataob.
Ha?
Hindi mo tinataob.
Yung? Ha?
Hindi mo tinataob.
Yung?
Yung laptop mo. Kasi baka
Di naka-shotgun.
Let's. You're showing us the pumps, the person namely me, with a bad badger's head on, and then you make a costume to scare the guy, or so you pretended.
Huh? What do you mean he pretended?
Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape, and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And to go to his fake prison with a prop sword. He then escaped via the passageway. Hold your tongue, boy.
Ikaw ang sarap ng ilaw.
Up on it. Don't get caught up
Slip
in
na
that
Luki,
little weird
ha?
words coming out from Mr.
Slip na si
Prosecutor's
Luki,
mouth.
ha?
Talk, wives. We've heard a
Bawal
lot.
magpakagat ng lamot.
You don't
Ina.
get to...
Slip
Can't
na si
read
Luki,
anymore, Jesus.
ha?
The victim's betrayal and his
Slip na
dick
si Luki, ha?
all that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. If that were the case, Mr. Bumps wouldn't have been so... See, time me up.
I was so scared of Mr. Deacon I didn't really go into the next room. So I really have no idea if it was there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see, I would say that you can't prove anything. Ugh. Who said that? Please wait. Mr. Romano. Ho ho ho. Mas, my boy.
Kuya, bakit
It's
mainit?
like you really
Sabi
give
ko
me
na.
the raw.
Bakit mainit?
Bakit kaya mainit?
And Lens, it's not good to cause trouble for
Narising na daw?
others.
Ha?
Para sa lumpia. Bakit kailangan ng one?
Pista bukas, di ba?
Oh.
Oh, kakain kami.
Ay, may pasok ka bukas?
Duh.
Anong uniform mo?
Uniform!
Ah, hindi jogging pants.
Hindi yung ano pala yung uniform kong green. Oh,
Nasaan?
ano saan?
Ewan ko.
Ah, Sige, ako na.
Ano naman tayo?
Yung foundation shirt na lang.
Nasa bag mo yun.
Opo, ma. Ako na. Tamang tanong.
Dragon pan. Wala.
Yung iba na lang. Naalala sila nang mag-understand dun. Pasuotin ka ng parehong uniform ng 5 araw. Kasi yun ang susuot mo. Let's see. You were the one in charge of the investigation, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry, but my son has nothing. Nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I do have evidence for it.
Oh, do you now?
Up.
I give up reading. Is there no one in this country who actually face the laws? There. No. Why does he talk so slow? The heck's that scrap of paper? This paper has to be a letter from the chief of police. Please allow Mr. Amano to complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says. What? The chief police? What the? Just who does it think he is? The person who wields the highest authority in this area. There. No. There is no need to be so upset. You got that guy. I'm not a cop in this clan, so I'm not a bad who loves your country. I'm not reading this guy. Nah. I can't really say no to that. However, return to the topic at hand. It doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright now, let's take a look at this new evidence. I've only got the results back. I had a special forensics research lab and I will get to and took the test. They verified that the blood in this country belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they found was yours, Lauren. What? Disappoint me, Miles. With you. What caused my son such stress and headache? Thank goodness I was able to find a final piece of evidence. With this, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around. Except, they're the case-maker pieces of the evidence. Huh. I'll be the judge about. Man, I'm reading all these stuff. Okay. Something's inside. Well, these are not the most essential pieces of evidence you've ever seen. Thank you, Dad. They should be enough to convince Mr. Abbott over there. Nah, bro. Not yet. Decisive evidence. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderer's gun. And they prove that it was Slaughter who killed Oliver. But Oliver had also acted lawlessly. So Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Slaughter was only acting in self-defense. Objection. A fingerprint of a weapon, huh? Oh no, this isn't happening at all. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I wanted was to save Lily, but in the end, all I could do is watch him as he takes the punch for her times. That may be all he could do, however. It's not a case to solve, it's a jumping from grabbing into his wires. You with me? Why would you believe me? Why would you believe me in the face of all this evidence? It's all frank evidence. Strong parts. I'm sure they can walk less props. It's not a mistake of them. They're making actions as you think, then he's making blah 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 blah. Look, we tried to take an argument with you. So I go to the wisdom check. Yep. No, I don't believe that this plus should be that gun to begin with. The reason why this plus should not be in the gun is it's a way in question. I suppose I don't have any friends to remember them. Wow. Humans at the stadium was possible to wear a costume. There's been no mistake. We've had fingerprints. No, Miss Pops. Do you remember touching the gun at any time? Yes, I remember in fact, we had a boy with break my radio. I had it out to Mr. Deacon when he was last for a haunted house. It's for a treat of ransomware, I suppose. There you have it. That is when his past plans found their way into the gun. Yeah. You understand now, Mr. Romano. I think the best thing you can point of this plot is the murderer. Yeah, really, the woman she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. Oh, what is it? But, no way, I'm pretty worried about her. But almost no change to there any evidence, really? Super. It's really wrong. I have evidence. I started this plan to put the victim at the state of the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because that's not the real price you got a setup. This proved that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. Yikes. I am at point blank. Let's take another good look at the costume of the victim as well. I believe you see where it says that he was not shot at the stadium. A bar around the spot was making the victim was shot at point blank range. I saw them. You mean that murderous outbacks around the stadium really was? Yes, she saw two people. She saw two people who they were separated by a distance. The victim was indeed shot from below the stage. They found their gunfire. Mr. Smarty Pants prosecutor. As you mean you know all the answers, why don't you tell us what war crimes in this did? Let's set me up to the levels of digging down the hole. Was the case that the murder was had a part of death. The occasional lads of the victim which flags. Spellings in prison was the haunted house. house. Yes, and I have proof at the time likely that the victim's children approached at the real screen of the corner of the haunted house. Glass. These were a sort of costume that the was wearing. The front of a mirror. A mirror. What does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect a piece of mirror as a costume.
Yeah, it's actually pretty dangerous.
However, there is one place I can think of where the same thing ever look exactly. That's the haunted house. Ransom Manor. I propose that you kill Mr. Deacon with a revolver in the haunted house. After that, you start a Blue Badger mobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. At the time of death, the Blue Badger mobile was a stolen confirmed that this is a fact. Moss, my boy, say no more! Sorry, Mr. Manor, but I cannot do that. Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop the boy from speaking any more nonsense. That's not correct. I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Persecutor. What? Should I? Wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's side on? Yes, there was a mirror there. Mirror? That's for the haunted house. See, it's impossible to find. Got a question there. Agent Lang. There are no frowns on the floor, so the problem is very low. Probability. As he says, on Truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is decisive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the decisive proof you need?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you?
I don't. Do I have some evidence that the proof that the murder took place in the haunted house? The answer is no. See? So since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned a ransom over. At that time, the only people in the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place in the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder.
What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah. I want to prove that you did the same crimes and deed in the haunted house.
Why the world are you asking the world for permission?
This is the one in charge. Because I don't really have a choice. I want to find the truth. Alright, permission granted. But you're not to touch a single thing, got it? That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth is brought to light. Doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is. 10. Sheena. I'm here. Put on the paperwork for the authorization immediately. Understood. I'll go get one of groups. It's not a problem. Who was that? No. Oh god, this guy talks too slow. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amana. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this? Shana. It's the deed to the haunted house. The deed. Read it out loud. Edgeworth and hereby beneath the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amana for a lump sum of 1 million paid in full cash. What? As you can see, I am not the legal owner of the haunted house.
Are you kidding? When did you?
I ran into the owner of the park earlier and we made up almost till. How cool things move when you can prepare $1 million in a blink of an eye. That's 1 million. You paid. Don't tell me this. Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any much use for it, so you can have it back now. Use the ransom money. Aladdin is a good boy.
even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom. That's the way things are, so if you should please discuss things with me from now on.
Discuss. What is there to discuss?
Want permission to enter the haunted house, of course.
Well, we're busy listening to Liza's stories or rumors.
Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Hey, you're lying. I want you to arrest that girl. And Mouse, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I lose my temper.
Ugh, sure, my definitely has that dead smack in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, she'll go lost forever. Thought so they're gonna hit me too. Ah! Oh my god.